What's up, ItzShade. I'm bringing you guys another video. Today we're going to be going through my United League of Spindas draft, and we're going to be analyzing it all to whatever and back. So let's get right into it right away. Alrighty, so going right into the draft, I didn't really have a strategy or anything. I just was going with it and seeing what was good on my team and what fit. And that Mon turned out to be Volcanion. So I was quite happy with that. I mean, it's Volcanion. Its typing is great, being water and fire. It counters its weaknesses on the ground rock side. It counters weaknesses on the grass side. And it's overall just a great Mon to use. It is definitely beneficial. It can be run either special or physical, and it's got the bulk that it can take a couple hits. The only thing lacking is a bit in the speed department, but other Mons I have drafted definitely support it well, and I'm very happy to have it on my team. So next on my draft, I got really lucky and managed to pick up a wheel slot in the draft, so I would get 2 picks back to back. And while I was thinking what would pair great with Volcanion, I came across Landorus Therian. So Landorus Therian in my books is one of the better Mons to have in a draft league. Not only does it have an impressive 145 base attack, it's also got a nice 105 special attack, along with a not bad speed stat and some good defenses to round it out. With the ability Intimidate, that's a guaranteed -1, which will drop attackers from hitting it even more super effectively. It's also got nice usage of different items such as Scarf, sometimes I see Banded, and different items such as that. It's got a nice move pool, it covers its weaknesses pretty well, and it's an overall great Mon, and I'm glad to have it. After waiting 14 more picks before my next pick, I decided to go with Cresselia. So Cresselia, in my opinion, is a great Mon, especially on the defensive side. It can be a wall that not many things can break through. It's not got the best of move pools, but if you can get, it's a great setter in Calm Mind, Light Screen, Reflect. It's got Rest for recovery, but it can be a great thing to just wall certain Mons. The other thing that's really nice is it has a lot of defense. 120s in HP and defense, and 130 in speed def. It's got a not bad speed stat, but it could be better. But it's overall just a great Mon that can tank hits. It gives me another immunity to ground types, which Volcanion severely needs. And it can be an overall great Mon that I hope to use well in this league. So coming around to my pick again with right after Cresselia, I decided to pick up Jolteon. Jolteon is a great Mon, especially with that 130 base speed. Being fast electric types are so much fun in draft leagues. And it's another Mon that just helps out Volcanion even more by being able to take hits through Volt Absorb, or even getting Quick Feet and being even faster than that. The one thing I do find a bit lacking on it is its move pool, but it can make use of the ones that it has. It can be great for healing, it can be great for setting up, it's just a great Mon in my opinion for draft leagues, and I'm glad that I was able to pick it up. But I also had to keep in mind that I still have another 14 picks before my next one, and I do think I played it pretty nicely here. I mean, so far I've got two ground weaknesses, electric weakness if I want, and other things that can counter easily. I think my draft is coming together quite nicely, and at this point I'm hoping there's a couple Mons in my mind that I hope I can get, and if I can't get it, oh well. Coming back around for the 5th round of drafting, I decided to pick up Mimikyu, which I was kind of surprised with tier 3, but hey, I'll take advantage of it. So the why I picked Mimikyu is because it is great fairy type to have on your team. It not only gets a free turn no matter what of damage with Disguise, but it's got a great move pool that can really benefit. With the Disguise ability, it can allow you to set up things such as Sword Stance, Hone Claws, Bulk Up, any of those one turn prior, and then being able to sweep possibly afterwards. It's got a great move pool, as I said, with lots of different moves such as Leech Life, Play Rough, Shadow Ball. It's got so much variety. Its attack stat is 90, which isn't bad, but it could be a bit better, and it's got a pretty good speed stat and really nice bulk in on the special side. So as I'm heading into this, I'm looking at point totals as well, because I only have 400 points to use for my free slots, and I think to myself, if I take another tier 1, I'm going to lose the chance to get a tier 4 later. But looking again, I'm better off taking 2 tier 5s and a tier 2 mega. So that's what I decided to do in this next pick. So for my 6th pick overall, I decided to pick up Skarmory. Skarmory is a great defensive Pokemon that has the ability to set up and take away hazards if wanting to be. It's got great defense, which is really helpful. It lacks on the other sides of things, but it can still take a hit and give a hit. Having the ability Sturdy allows for me to take a free hit no matter what, and it can really bulk teams out, being it's only got weaknesses is as electric and fire. It's a really good mon. Now taking this requires me to take a tier 2 mega and 2 tier 5s, which, looking at what was left and what was drafted, I disliked everything in tier 4, and I was okay with the ones I had to deal with, but otherwise I did not want to take any more tier 4s than I had to. So I picked up Skarmory, heading out of this round having 14 more picks, and then coming back in with our next picks. So coming back around to our turn again, I decided to just pick up a tier 4 now. I picked up Exploud. Exploud is a great Pokemon because it's got ability to be immune to either ball type moves or sound based moves. It's a great mon because of its high HP stat. It's got alright attack and special attack, but it gives it the ability to either be Banded, be Specs, be Life Orb, and it overall is a great Pokemon. The only thing that really hinders it would be its speed stat, but otherwise it can be a great Pokemon that can sweep if you wanted to. Now I think it pairs up great with my team because it's just gonna have that variety. People aren't gonna know exactly what's on it, and it's going to throw some people off, I think. So heading right into our next pick, I decided I'm gonna hold off on my Mega a little bit longer and pick up something else I might want sooner that might get sniped, and that is what I did. The next mon I decided to pick up was Golurk. Golurk is a great Pokemon that benefits from things such as Iron Fist as its ability. It gets all the punches you need, and it's got a great attack stat to boost it. Its speed is a little bit lower than Wish, but you've got Rock Polish on it that you could use to set up, and otherwise you could really benefit from a Trick Room if I ever chose to run that, which probably won't happen. Golurk is just a great tanky mon that can take hits. It can also give out strong hits, and I think it's going to be a tank to deal with. After 8 picks prior, I decided to finally pick up my Mega. I chose Mega Sceptile. I am very satisfied with this pick. It is a great mon that people underestimate because of its speed, because of its low defenses, but it's got a great speed stat, great special attack, it's got a nice attack to back it up, and the ability Lightning Rod gives us another immunity to electric types, which also powers us up, which gives us even more free switching into that type. It's great because it just hits like a tank. It's a speedy mon that will ruin people's teams if not careful. You could set up anything on it, and it's just good. Grass Dragon is a nice typing because it'll have a neutral from fire types. Unfortunately, it is another quad weakness to ice, such as Landorus, but I do feel that with other mons on our team, we can definitely counter it and use Mega Sceptile to our advantage. My third free pick that I decided to go with was Lantern. Lantern is not the best Pokemon. It can take a nice hit with the 125 HP, but it's not the best otherwise in stats. I do like Lantern because it is a pivot Pokemon. It can also have the ability to be completely immune from electric or water, and it does have some good moves that can help counter. It can help just apply pressure if needed. Otherwise, I think it fits our team pretty well. Another possible immunity to electric that would be our 4th on our team. Actually, no, it would be our 5th on our team, but I think that just makes it even more fun. It just proves that we can take the electric hits, which can be proven to be a deadly type. So we're going to be heading into our 11th pick now, nearing the end of the draft. Let's go right to it. The 11th Mon we picked up was Escavalier. Escavalier is a Mon I'm not the most familiar with, but I know it can pack a punch if needed. It's got an alright moveset with different things that can counter, such as Poison Jab, Iron Head, Knockoff, Mega Horn, Drill Run, Bug Buzz, Signal Beam, and it's also got not only sorry for the wording, it's got healing in rest. It can just take some hits and it can give them back as well. I do like Escavalier mainly because it's another steel type and steel resists so much. The one problem is it's another quad fire it's another fire weakness. Unfortunately, we have a couple already on the team, but we do have other things that counter it as well. I do think Escavalier is going to be a great Mon that will help us out, and I hope I can prove that. To round off our draft, I decided to pick up Armaldo. Armaldo is a great Pokemon that can benefit from Rain, which I unfortunately do not have on my team, but it can if someone else decides to bring it. It's got the ability to be immune from crits, and it's overall a nice Mon to have that can set rocks. Unfortunately, it's got a couple weaknesses that are kind of hindering to it, as they do not get countered, and I do feel that it and Escavalier are way too similar, and I do think I'm going to get rid of one of the two within the first couple weeks of the season. Overall, Armaldo's the Mon I'm more familiar with, so it's probably going to be Escavalier, but I do like Armaldo. Armaldo can just apply pressure, and it finishes off our overall draft and adds us a rock type that we kind of needed. But I'd like to thank you all for watching my draft right now. I hope that these battles to come are going to go over great, and I hope I get some good comments out of it all. If you like my draft, please hit the like button down below. Leave a comment if you would change anything about this draft, and I will definitely respond to you if I could have done something differently, or if someone else had already drafted that specific Mon or certain tiering differently. But I do want to thank you all so much for watching. My name is Brady, and I will see you all in our first team builder of the season. Goodbye.